Hi, how are you? My name is Robin, and this is my eclectic nest. This channel is is in the process of being designed to introduce you to some concepts of the occult, um, with emphasis upon astrology and Reiki and tarot and oracle. Yeah, right? And anything else that I feel like talking about at the time. Um, a little bit about myself. I am a proud mother of two. I am an RN by training. I am a self learner. I love to learn, especially about anything that is different, and anything that doesn't have to do with this world. I like to think about other things, other worldly things. Uh, with that, a little bit about myself. I am a person that came out of the womb um, knowing that there is more. I've always felt more. I seen more. I feel more than the average bear. I This is something that I have always kept under wraps. Um, Even though now talking to some of my friends about some of the things that used to happen or we used to talk about, I've realized that I've always had this gift. Uh, and especially getting into more about the occult, I've realized, um, you know, the understanding of my gifts. So what are my gifts? My gifts, not afraid to say it, is I'm a clairsentient, which means that I pick up things through my senses. I always wondered why I was always touching and smelling and tasting, and it's just what I do. I always chalked it up to being a Taurus, um, which is part of it, but it comes out through my senses. Um, which is very scary when you first touch somebody and they're having an anxiety attack, and then you bring it on. Um, Other clues that helped me realize that who I was it, depending on who I was around, is how I felt. Um, I'd be calm as a cucumber and when happy, lucky go, and then go into another store or another place, and all of a sudden, my I'm very angry, or I'm very sad, and it's just like this constant, roller coaster. Um, and everybody was telling me that I was just so ultra sensitive about everything. And me being me, you start sending out wondering why, what that sensitivity is. Um, you lo and behold, and you come across the term empath, and you're like, oh, it makes sense. It makes sense. So you delve into that more, which led me into Reiki. Um, and then that's when I figured out that I was a clairsentient. Um, Through that journey too, I've also discovered astrology, which was always in my face, like everybody else, with the horoscopes and the newspaper, and my mom giving me my first copy of Linda Goodman's Love Signs. You dive into astrology, which is good. Um, Before that, I don't know if I mentioned, I'm a nurse by training, um, and most of us that get into nursing really have this idea of what healing is. And you go to your science classes, and at the same time that you're going to your science classes, you're also trying to get closer to God. And you're starting to realize that both people, or both pillars of our society, are incomplete. Uh, that that there has to be more. So you sit and you wait and you pray, and you go to nursing, like I said, you do your studying, and lo and behold, you have the metaphysical sciences, you have the metaphysical, the occult, um, and you start learning about that, and then you start figuring out that astrology was in the Bible, and you start figuring out that Kepler was a that Kepler was an astrologer, that Da Vinci was was an astrologer, that Nostradamus, he was an alchemist, he a great scientist, he one of our first pharmacists, he apothecary, came up with the first apothecary with his rose pills. You start figuring out that there definitely is more to the story, and you start putting the pieces together, and you start realizing that the leaders and all of the pillars of our foundation um, are missing a boat. So, with that, I have decided um, that I am going to try to bring it together for you guys. I'm hoping that I can complete some of those loopholes for you. Um, some of the subjects that I talk about will trigger you. Some of the subjects you'll think I'm completely nuts about, that I'm crazy. That's okay. I've been called worse by better. Um, it's okay. Oh, I didn't mean to say that, but it just is what it is. And saying that too, I want you to know that I am a person that doesn't sugarcoat anything. I say things blunt. I'm very open about that. You might be triggered, and if you're triggered, that's okay, because in anger or emotion, because it just showing you, where you have more learning to do, more healing to do, more growing to do. Please trust me on that, coming from a person that could be triggered every 5 minutes. Anybody who knows me knows that. um, I am here to hopefully bring it, like I said, to bring all of this together for you, um, through astrology, through the oracle cards, with a little bit of tarot and Reiki. Um, I still do nursing. Um, just got back into it. Um, but I decided that I know that this is my passion. This is where I need to be and what I need to do, um, at this time. Um, so thank you. And you come on now with me, and let's see if we can't have a good time. If you're interested in to get an astrology reading or um, Reiki, just hit me up down below. We can see what we can get into. And thank you very much. You have a good day. Bye bye.